Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our last lesson in Chapter 7. We are solving linear systems again, and just like last time, we're solving them using elimination. So, even though we are solving using elimination, today we're going to be solving by multiplying first. So, today we won't have easy little numbers like 3x and negative 3x. So we can just cross those out. Today we're going to have numbers that are like 3x and 6x. And we need to figure out something that we can multiply to make these eliminate. Well, I know that 3 is a multiple of 6, or 6 is a multiple of 3. So to make it eliminate, I can times by negative 2. That gives me negative 6x and 6x. Now we can eliminate those. So what we're going to do is take a look at here. We have 5x plus 2y equals 16, and 3x minus 4y equals 20. So we need to figure out a number that we can solve by multiplying first. Well, 2 and 4, 2 is a multiple of 4, so what we need to do is get this 2 as a 4. So how we're going to do that is we're going to multiply everything by 2. 2 times 5x, 2 times 2y, and 2 times 16. That'll give us 10x plus 4y equals 32. Now we leave this one alone, so we get 3x minus 4y equals 20. Now we have something we can eliminate. We have a 4y and a negative 4y, so we can cross those out to eliminate them. Now remember we're adding, so 10x plus 3x gives us 13x. 32 plus 20, that gives us 52. And now to solve for x, we divide by 13. (52) divided by 13 might be something you need to put in your calculator, but I can tell you right now that 52 divided by 13 is 4. So now that we know that x equals 4, we can take this 4 and plug it in for any of our x's. Now we can put it into an x from these two equations or from these two equations, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to take this 4 and I'm going to plug it into this top equation for x. So we get 5 times 4 plus 2y equals 16. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2y equals 16. Then we're going to subtract 20. (2y) equals 16 minus 20, which is negative 4. Divide by 2. And y equals negative 2. So we know that x equals 4 and y equals negative 2, which gives us our answer of 4, negative 2. Because remember, the x always comes first, then the y. Our next problem, we're looking for opposites. Here we don't have any opposites, 2x and 3x, 5y and 10y. So what we need to do is we need to multiply by something. So if we look at 2 and 3, That's not easy to multiply something. We'd have to multiply by both of the 2 and the 3 to get to something that would equal the same number. But if we look at the 5 and the 10, we'd only need to multiply the 5 by something to get to 10. So we're going to multiply the top equation. This is a positive 5y, and we need it to be a negative. So we're going to multiply by a negative. And then what times 5 will give us 10? Well, that's 2, so we can multiply by negative 2. Now we're multiplying by everything in our equation. So negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 5y is negative 10y. And negative 2 times 3, that's negative 6. And we leave this equation the same. So 3x plus 10y equals negative 3. Now we look to see if we have opposites, and we do. We have a negative 10y and a positive 10y. So we can eliminate those from our problem. We're adding, so negative 4x plus 3x gives us a negative 1x equals negative 6 plus negative 3, which gives us negative 9. Divide by negative 1 to get x by itself. And we get x equals positive 9. Two negatives make a positive. Anything divided by 1 is the same. So x equals 9. So we're going to take that 9 and we are going to plug it in to somewhere where we have an x. I'm just going to put it into the top equation because it has no negatives. So it's the easiest in my mind. So we have 2 times 9 plus 5y equals 3. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 5y equals 3. Now we're going to subtract 18 because we're working to get y by itself. 3 minus 18 is negative 15. 5y equals negative 15. To get y by itself, we divide by 5. Y then equals negative 15 divided by 5. 1 negative, so our answer is going to be negative 3. So our solution then, our x comes first, so 9 and negative 3. Here, if we look at this problem, both of our problem, or our 3x and 5x and negative 4y and negative 6y, they both don't look very nice. It doesn't look like we can multiply by one thing to give us a same number. So what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to multiply by both. So we need to pick a number that's going to give us the same, or we're going to pick a number that's going to be the same for the top and the bottom. Now, the shortest one, or the smallest number that we can look for is probably going to be 12 on the 4 and the 6. So what we need to do is we need to multiply this one by something to get the 4 to a 12. Well, what times 4 gives us 12? 3. And then what times 6 gives us 12? Well, that's 2. But they're both negative, so one of these has to change to a positive. So we're going to multiply either by a -3 or a -2. Let's just change the -2. When we multiply 3 by -3, we get -9x. When we multiply 3 by -4, we get -12y equals 27 times 3. This is a problem where you should probably get out your calculator. 27 times 3 equals 81. So we have our new equation for the top. Now we need a new equation for the bottom. So -2 times 5x is -10x. -2 times -6y is +12y. And -2 times -7 is +14. So, now we look for our opposites. Well, we have an opposite here, -12y and +12y, so we can get rid of those. Now we're adding. So -9 plus -10, that gives us a -19x equals 81 plus 14. That gives us 95. Divide by -19 to get our x by itself. And what we get is, pull out your calculator, 95 divided by -19 comes out to be 5. So our x equals 5. So now we take this 5, and we plug it into any of our equations for x. Let's just put it into this one here. So, what we get then, I apologize, 95 divided by -19 is a -5. So we're replacing -5 with x. And we get 5 times -5 minus 6y equals -7. 5 times -5 is -25. Minus 6y equals -7. Add 25 to both sides. And we get -6y equals -7 plus 25, which is 18. Last step, divide by -6. Y equals 18 divided by -6, which is -3. So our solution then comes out to be -5, -3. So our x is -5, our y is -3. Alright, for our last problem, we are looking at 3x plus or minus 5y equals -16, and 2x minus 3y equals -8. So, if we just take a look at the first problem, or the first numbers, we have 3x and 2x. Now if we try to think of a number that both 3x and 2x can be multiplied to, well, the first number I think of is 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply until we get to 6 for the 3x and the 2x. So what times 3x will give us 6x? Well, we know that 2 times 3 will give us 6. And what times 2 will give us 6? Well, that would be 3. Now, they're both positive, so that means one of them has to be negative. You can pick either one to turn negative, so I'm just going to pick -2. So now we multiply everything by -2. -2 times 3x is -6x. -2 times -5y is positive 10y. And -2 times -16 is positive 32. 3 times 2, that's 6x. 3 times -3, that's -9y. And 3 times -8, that is -24. So now we have some opposites. We have -6x and positive 6x, so we can cancel those out. 10y plus -9y gives us 1y. Equals 32 plus -24. That gives us a positive 8. 32 minus 24 gives us 8. We can divide by 1, but we don't even need to, because we know that y equals 8. So now we're going to take this 8 and we are going to replace it with a y. So pick any y you want. We can just do this one since it's the closest. So we get 2x minus 3 times 8 instead of y equals -8. So -3 times 8 is -24. 2x minus 24 equals -8. Now we're going to add 24. We get 2x equals -8 plus 24, which is 16. Divide by 2, divide by 2, and x equals 8. So our solution comes out to x is 8 and y is 8. So 8, 8. That is it for Chapter 7. Make sure you study for your test. We'll have a review day, and then the test will begin on the day after that.